So let's look on our other viewport, and this is obviously we have it our parameters viewport. They can enable, disable if you don't need it. Currently we'll just say enable so we can work with this. Okay. Right here we have it pre-selected geometry segment, and we can go to select different type. As well, we can change color preview. It doesn't change color itself, it just change color of the segment, so we can identify easy specific segments when we start working with this. In our parameter view, you'll notice we have different tabs. This is tabs. It's dynamically generating based on what type of the segment or components we're using. For example, if we go on root, you notice we have a different type of the tabs. If we are going on a segment, we have a different. For example, right here we have it add children, and if we're going and create maybe a couple different segments, okay, now we'll go connect them. Let's connect right here and connect one more as a new child. Okay, you'll notice when we go on this component, we have it first segment and second. If you have it many segments, you will have a drop down menu where you can select what type of the segment you can preview. Sometimes it's very hard to understand names of the segments, so you always can go and double click and rename this. So for example, we can go right here and just write some branch. So you can rename your segment. Notice sometimes it does update when you reload it, so you can have a correct name and easy to find. Okay, so let's go, for example, right here. We'll just go rename specific tab, so you can modify name on the components or on the tabs. It's make it a little bit easier to going over them. You also notice inside this we have a separate windows, which is kind of help us to group specific properties. For example, this is going specific to the segment where we have a link, radius, and more different options. Type of the cap, which is top applied, root flares, which is currently disabled, and when it's disabled, it's kind of showing you in gray color. When you enable, let's right here we start having root flares, all options become available for you, as well as graphs, and we have it more. Some options like little bit hidden from view, it's make to cleaner look. And if you roll over, you notice right here they pop up. For example, if we move out, you just have a normal graph over, and we display a little bit more information, like for example variance. So this is a randomization that says, for example, our link is 10 meters for the main trunk, and when I create it for the ecosystem, I want to have this randomized so it doesn't look exactly the same. And I'll press value 3, press enter, and this is, you notice right here kind of have an area. It says from now on any plant that I created can be anywhere from 7 to 13 meters. So it's help you to create this randomization, different type of the plants you wanted. There are also other options. If you go over a link, you notice it's a highlighted. If you left click, you'll open additional parameters to this, where you can connect directly parameter to the link, publish parameters, and all additional options. We're going to use this in some of the examples where we'll go to create a grass. We'll use some of those link parameters. As well, we'll look on closer on all of this type of the properties and what they're going to do. So it's kind of more in a progress when we're going. Okay, as usual, you have your normal separation, and let's look on a little bit on a segment as example. The properties general of the segment, and influence that can apply to your segment. Material, which is kind of similar to the e-on view type of the setup. You always can preload, pre-create materials, or you can go to material editor and modify from material editor. You also have a transformations, global or local, depend on some scaling size. And if you add any additional children, already here segment and branch, you have those properties access. This will be options is change and different based on what segment used. If we're going in geometry, and as example, we'll go to use it hydras. Okay, let's connect it. You'll notice in hydras we have a different type. We have it less properties for the children, and we still have a similar type of the transform. So we're going and let's example connect a different segment right here. You'll notice now we have it applied to numbers of our segments. However, segment can still have its own connection to the children. There you go, so it's second to apply, and right here we can create even more complex by combination. Okay, so this is overview of the our properties windows for the selected segment.